we don't make money on the fire department, I can tell
Well,
you.
right, I understand that it's not a profit
in an unfortunate
situation.
circumstance, you know, if your house had completely burned down, it would still be $300. So we don't, or is it more like $500 for the big, for the big call?
It'd be $500 plus each additional hour.
Yeah.
Because it's $500 for the first hour.
Right, so it's, you know, like you said, we're trying to maintain a balance here, and unfortunately, I mean, you had an unfortunate circumstance, but we will get back to you on that stuff. We'll give you
Okay,
a breakdown on what a call costs. And
I
that
do
sort of thing.
appreciate
We can
that.
easily do that. Okay, thank you, Ms.
Okay,
Gibson.
thank you very much.
All right, we'll move down to 6.2, the public forum. If anybody would like to address the council on any issue, please step forward to the microphone. This does not count for the public hearings that are coming, that comes later, but if anybody else has anything else they'd like to discuss, you're welcome to take the mic. Please give your name and address and say your piece. And I don't see anybody leaping out of their chairs, so we'll move down to the public hearings. The first public hearing on the docket is 7.1, a conditional use permit. The City Council will accept public comment on a request by Prairie Oaks Institute, a nonprofit organization, and Kim Devine Johnson for a conditional use permit to allow the operation of Harvest House, education, leadership development, retreat, renewal, and environmental sustainability at 1100 and 1200 West South Street in the A2 Rural Residential District. I will open the public hearing at 6:18. Anybody that would wish to speak to this issue, please step up again and give us your name and address so we can enter that into the record.
I'm Mel Dressel, live in Chatfield Circle or Chatfield Lane. I guess my question is this land being changed ownership?
Okay?
Anybody got an answer to that?
I would think that the people who own the property could probably answer that question. And we'll certainly give them an opportunity when they speak.
Oh, okay. All right, and the second thing is if it's changing ownership, they're not on city sewer or water, are they? So if it changes ownership, the sewage has to be upgraded, the septic system, and that next question is, are these people staying overnight at this place, and like how many of them? So if they are, what are the restrooms and shower facilities? Where are they? I guess that's the main things I have to ask.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dressel. Dressel. Okay. Anybody else?
Mr. Mayor, I have a letter that I need to enter into public record if you'd like for me to read it.
Oh, sure. I should have probably asked you to step up here and give the background. Maybe we should go to that right now. Did you have some more stuff that you wanted to say?
Do you want to finish the public hearing first?
Pardon me?
Do you want to finish the public hearing
Well, wouldn't you have
first?
given your report first? It's okay. Yeah, enter that into the record. The letter.
The letter.
Yeah.
Fabulous. This letter is from Dr. Mary Weddle. She's the president and the board of directors for Prairie Oaks Institute and associate professor of St. Catherine University in St. Paul. Dear Mayor, Lease, council members, and public hearing attendees, I am writing to enthusiastically support the conditional use permit application from Prairie Oaks Institute and Kim Devine Johnson that will be discussed at the City Council meeting, public hearing September 21st, 2009. The Board of Directors of Prairie Oaks Institute is excited to work with the Devine family in bringing to Belle Plaine educational and passive recreational activities that align with the vision and mission of Prairie Oaks once a conditional use permit is granted. The board will diligently work to manifest the guiding principles and values of the Institute, which include being good neighbors and community builders. The Institute will bring opportunities for learning and enrichment to Belle Plaine citizens and to visitors who come from surrounding regions to participate in lifelong learning and retreat offerings. We will do so in a way that honors the heritage, legacy, generosity, hospitality, and stewardship of the Devine family. I, along with the Board of Directors, believe that the work of Prairie Oaks will be an asset to the Belle Plaine community. Thank you for your thoughtful consideration of the conditional use permit application before you. I regret that I am not able to attend and speak at the public hearing on September 21st in Belle Plaine due to conflicts with my faculty responsibilities at St. Catherine University.
Thank you, Ms. Rosenfeld. You know, I think I made an error. I should have let you do your report first. And so I'm not quite sure how to do this in a Robert's Rules kind of way, but we could temporarily close the public hearing to allow the report. Would that work?
Yeah, Mayor and Council, you can just take it as part of the public hearing, too. I mean, it's, it is part of the record, whether it's in the hearing or before
So
the hearing. So
my
it's-
apologies to everybody. I just I get so excited, you know. So if Ms. Rosenfeld would deliver her report, then any other testimony can follow that.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The co-owners of 1100 and 1200 West South Street have submitted an application for a conditional use permit to allow for the lease of the facilities and residents on both properties. The home looking to be leased is referred to as the Harvest House, which is formerly known as the Bud Divine Residence. Prairie Oaks Institute has been formed as a 501c3 nonprofit organization. POI will have limited access to the 200-acre Century Farm, including the recreational shelter located on a bluff overlooking Robert Creek within the 160-acre portion of the farm that lies outside Belle Plaine city limits in Blakely Township. POI will utilize the site and facilities to host and conduct programs connected to its threefold mission of education, leadership development, retreat renewal, and environmental sustainability. The property is comprised of 40-acre homestead, which is within Belle Plaine city limits, and 160-acre farm, which is in Blakely Township. There are currently 2 homesteads on this property. With the new ordinance amendment that was previously adopted, the current zoning regulations require a conditional use permit for POI to host and conduct programs of education, leadership development, retreat renewal, and environmental sustainability in this location. The council must render a decision by October 30th in conjunction with the 60-day rule. Currently, the property is zoned A2 rural residential, in which this type of use is allowed as a conditional use, which has triggered this planning consideration before you. Currently, the lot has a recreational shelter, which is outside the city limits, and again has 2 homesteads that are inside of city limits. They are not proposing any structural building changes at this point. The access to the street is located off of South Street. The applicants have indicated there will be no greater traffic to this road as if there were a family permanently living on the house. And all vehicles will be required to park on site on the property.